Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4KB Shorts Let's Play of The Dig. We've gotten all the information that we need from our dear departed and re-departed and departed once again friend. Um, we have Maggie with us, and hopefully she won't run away this time. Of course, Brink has gone off to do his own little thing, and it is up to Maggie and myself, well, myself being Boston, I suppose, Maggie and Boston, to find out how to get to space times 6, I believe is what our goal is. Now, I will say that this part of the game can go fast or it can go slow depending on where we go. And the reason for that is because I don't know if they designed it to be performed in a specific order or if you can just do it in whatever order that you want and get things done. So what we're going to do is well, yeah, that's one of the things we need to do. I'm going to go ahead and take this tablet and I'm going to show it to Maggie.
Now that you can read the library inscriptions, can you make any sense out of this?
It didn't even look like the same language to me before. But now I can see the relationship between this writing and the things I read in the library.
What does it say?
It seems to be talking about an important thing, I don't know what, that was hidden
Any hints about where?
on the other side of the hole, so that none may enter. Then it tells how to, pull back this part of entrance, whatever that means. It's pretty vague.
There are some things that man was not meant to understand.
Yeah, but this one even woman is having a hard time with.
Way to bring gender roles into it, guys. Okay, so I know what they're talking about, and in fact, this part of the game can get confusing if you don't know what they're talking about. Now, I know what they're talking about, but I have to remember how to find the location, and I believe the location is in question. As you can see, we can't get here just yet. That spire is still closed. Map Spire, Tomb Spire is where we just were, Museum Spire, and Planetarium Spire. I believe we want to go to the Map Spire. I believe it's yes. I remember the room we need to go to. What I don't remember off the top of my head is what spire we used to get there. So we're going to be doing a little bit of looking around here really quick. And to do that, we're going to head this way towards the pit. And they said beyond the hole, I believe is what they were talking about. I guess the pit is technically a hole, but not what they're talking about. What we're looking for is a beachhead, is basically what it is a beachhead, and it's got some magical, mystical stuff going on with it. We just have to find it. So, we know that Maggie was captured back here in this area. We're going to head towards the ledge. I think the ledge leads directly to the tram. Yeah, there's a tram there. There it is, opening. That's where we want to go. Oop, double-clicked. My bad! Alright, so let's go ahead and click this.
It's shimmering. A light that doesn't seem real. As if it's just on the edge of existence.
It makes me think of something. Something I saw earlier. Or maybe I read it.
You mean just a few moments ago, Maggie? She's got short-term memory loss.
It won't do anything.
Alright, now I'll show it to Maggie.
Can you look
here.
at this inscription, Maggie? Does it say anything that might help?
It wasn't clear to me before, but now I can see. Boston. It exactly describes that strange field of almost light.
What does it say?
It's a set of instructions. Now it makes perfect sense. I just twist this.
Everything's so simple when you read the directions.
If we didn't know better, we'd think that island had been there for 1,000,000 years.
Now, this island was in the same place as our compatriots' buddies. We could go back and talk to him and ask him about it. We may have to.
This island was brought back from another dimension.
Okay, there should be a hole. There it is, opening. Now, we may have to go back and talk to him about it. He'll explain it if we do. If not, then I'll explain it, because it'll be easier that way. Here we go. One last disc.
What was so important that they left us exact instructions on how to get here?
Maybe that metal plate over there.
Potentially. I mean, it is the only thing floating in the entire abyssal. Everything's pointing roughly at it.
That's the fourth one. If it's like the metal plates on Attila, these four should fit together in that triangle matrix.
Yes, but there's no guarantee that putting them together will take us anywhere we want to go.
You have the most cheerful thoughts, Ms. Robbins.
If you had been abducted by a monster and then half drowned, you might be pessimistic too.
But you lived, didn't you? And your hair looks terrific again.
You sure know how to make a girl feel good.
We'd better go find Brink again, in case these metal plates do the job.
He threatened to kill me the last time I saw him. Maybe it would be safer if we leave him and send an expedition back to get him later. An armed expedition.
There's no guarantee we'll ever get back. For all we know, this is a one-way trip.
You're right. We can't leave him. He scares me, Boston. Worse than the monster.
They're both just hungry for something.
But Brink is smarter. More dangerous.
We're smart too. Let's go.
The most dangerous creature in all the universe is man. Not really, but that's basically what they were going for. Where a monster will eat because it's hungry, a man will kill because he can. Alright, so we got the last metal plate, and now we have to go find Brink again. Personally, I agree with Boston. We should just leave him here. Or Maggie, excuse me. Leave him here and come back. And even if we don't come back, maybe he'll be happier. You know, maybe we'd ask him, be like, hey man, we're gonna go, okay? And if you want to stay, you can stay. We'll just leave you here. And we may come back for you, but we may not. And it's totally up to you whether or not you want to come back with us. And if he was all like, nope, stay in here, go away or I'll murder you, I'd be like, alright, we out. I mean, it just means more oxygen for us in the return ship. That's about it, right? I mean, that's how I'd go for it, but I don't know. Boston's the kind of guy who's like, you know, we have to bring everybody back. And I think that's what really drives Boston's character. Is like, even though Brink died and then went insane,
That was a powerful one.
Commander Lowe, can you hear me?
Brink, we're looking for you. We've got the last of the metal plates and we...
Listen to me, Commander. I'm trapped. I need your help.
Where are you?
It's near one of the light bridges. An arched bridge over a waterfall, and then into a crevice in the rock. You must have been there. You're the one who's been turning on all the light bridges, aren't you?
Hold tight, we're on our way.
Hold tight! Very funny.
See, now that only makes sense if you have been turning on the light bridges, which, as I stated before, the first time I played, I hadn't turned any of them on for a very long time. His description is accurate, however, in this particular world, there's a lot of waterways and arches. Now, he does say near a light bridge. I know exactly where he's at. And there's a hilarity in where he's stuck in his current situation. We'll just say stuck in his current situation because he was foolish enough to do something that even Boston was like, I'm not stupid enough to do that. Yeah, you're a real bright guy there, Brink. But then again, greed and desire, you know, he wants all the life crystals, and if he sees anything that even remotely looks like one, he'll go after it. We want to go to the... Map, Museum, Planetarium? Planetarium, I believe is where we want to go. Yes, the waterfall, the bridge over the waterfall is where we wanted to be. Right now, one of the light bridges. And then we go back into this crevice, and we'll find Brink.
You've just got your hand jammed in the rock? I thought you were in real trouble, Brink.
When would it be real trouble, Commander? When it's your hand?
I don't go sticking my hand in the cracks.
I was reaching for a life crystal, and then the rock shifted. My circulation is cut off. No blood is getting to my hand. You can't pull me out, Commander. Don't leave me to die here, even if you have to cut off my hand.
Don't be so dramatic, Brink. Nobody's going to cut off your hand.
Don't make promises you might not be able to keep, Maggie.
Are you serious? He's just got a stuck hand.
It's a race to see whether gangrene kills him before he dies of thirst or starvation.
You'd cut it off.
Of course he would. The military trains you to recognize necessity, and do it.
It would be easier if I had anything to cut it with.
Chew it off then!
Oh, I would, Brink. But human teeth can't bite through bone.
After all that's happened to us, This may be the most horrible.
Do something, Commander! Do it now!
I don't know, Maggie. I mean, Brink died. That was pretty horrible. Okay, so I love the writing in this because their conversation suggests teeth, and that human teeth can't cut through bone. Well, what about alien jawbones?
You're going to saw off his hand with a jawbone?
The teeth are razor sharp.
What about anesthetic?
Do it, Commander!
Brace yourself, Brink. I can't believe you endured so much pain without fainting.
I'm fine. But I'll need more crystals.
Come with us to the Triangle Matrix. We've got all the metal plates. You think it's gonna take us home?
You don't know where it's going to take you. I'd rather gather more life crystals.
What if it does take us home, Brink? What if we can't come back and get you? Do you want to stay here forever? Then what will happen to your research into the life crystals?
Yes, I see your point. I'll go with you to try out these metal plates. But if it doesn't get us home, then you two will stop interfering with me from then on. All right? You agree we have a deal?
Agreed.
All right, all right.
Alright, it has become time. Now, if you take a look at Brink when we were standing there after the life crystal incident, he looks even paler now, probably because of a massive loss of blood. So you have to ask yourself, is he mostly made up of life crystal essence at this point? Because he probably isn't made up of human bits anymore.
That should do it.
Do what? What's happening?
Nothing is happening, that's what.
That's not exactly nothing, Brink.
It's a door. You think Earth is on the other side? I think nothing is on the other side.
What did you expect? The Tooth Fairy to come and fly us all home? The door opened. Let's go see what's in there.
We had a deal. I came, these metal plates did not take us home, and now you will have to leave me alone forever. You gave me your word, and I expect you to keep it.
He is definitely insane.
Is that your opinion as a journalist?
It's my opinion as a sane person.
Yeah, Brink has kind of lost it, but he still has a sense of honor, i.e. you made a deal. And I do like that about him, though. He still has that sense of, you know, we made a deal, stop messing with me. Call the tram! A very old tram, considering that the river there has, or stream there has turned into an actual river by cutting into the rock. Probably the oldest tram on the island, really. Take your time, Maggie. It's not like we're in a hurry or anything. Yay, the last tram! Now we can finally go to the light bridge and get all the light bridges connected, and now we never have to use another tram again.
I saw something like this in the museum display. This machine was the greatest of the inventor's achievements.
What does it do?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Do you think it might send us home?
Right now, it's doing nothing.
Well, let's take a look. So to do this, you have to take a look at the console here. Looks like it's missing a piece.
It looks like there's a part missing here. There's a gap.
Ah, Lo, you genius. Alright. So we insert a couple of light crystals, but unfortunately the machine won't work because we're missing a part. Now, we don't have that part. I know how to find it, technically. And I say technically because I'm not sure if we have to go back and talk to our compatriot or not. I believe we don't, but there's a chance that we might. So we're going to try this without talking to him. If for whatever reason we can't get what we need, we will go speak with him and talk to him about other stuff, and there's a chance that he'll give us what we need. More likely than not. We can also like push buttons and stuff like that, but I know that the buttons won't work. You guys know that the buttons won't work because there's a part missing. And when there's a part missing, you don't have enough. There's just not enough stuff. So we're gonna head up here and get to the last light bridge, and that way we will have free and full access to all the islands. We'll be able to get to our different pieces and parts as needed. Come on, Lo. Hey, look, a nest.
Sorry, Bird. You'll have to find a new home.
So rude. Look, I like how you kick the nest off and he comes up and he's like, "Aw." Alright, does this one work? Oh, wait. Here we go. We have a Y-wing here, or similar, an A-wing here, the Death Star. Not sure what the rest of these are, probably just bits and bobs. That looks a little bit like R2, or like half an R2. Like this bit right here is part of an R2, but they couldn't finish him because of the button. And, ta-da! All 5 pieces are now in place. It doesn't do us much good though because the eye cannot see just yet. Now, the eye would be this thing here in the middle. We'll go take a look at it now that it's complete. So as you can see, there's a doorway-looking thing on the other side, and it's a very pulsating, icky-looking dealy. But still not complete, still not fully open. Tomb Spire, Map Spire, that's where we want to go. So we'll go to the Map Spire first. If we can't find what we're looking for, we will, of course, go to talk to our dear host, whose name I don't believe they told us. I think I know we asked his name, but his name is like unpronounceable, or at least unpronounceable by me. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to this part gets really kind of annoying, because you have to check these things. All right, so that part that I really didn't like before, we have to repeat like several times. Let's see. Blue, red, or yeah, blue, red, blue, 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 red, blue, blue, square, that thingamajig, and then, yeah, okay, we'll try that. So, we want blue, there it is. Okay, I have to pass through the blue to get back to the red. So, red will be this one. Not that shape, but that color. That one. And red. Oh, we gotta go all the way around. See, this is the only reason I don't like this, is because I don't remember what color the rod is. If you just remember what color the rod is, it's much easier. Okay. I think I remember. We have to go back to the tomb. We have to talk to our compatriot. I think we don't even have the right rod in our inventory. I believe that actually is the thing. I just now remembered that I believe he's he's being a jerk, is basically what he's doing, with all of his down talk about his inventions and how he doesn't want anyone to do, and you can't change it, you can't fix it, no one can, we're all going to die, emo, dark, he's hanging on to the one piece that can fix the whole thing. So because he's hanging on to it and won't help us out, we have a little bit of a problem. So we're going to head down this way and head back into the tomb and talk to him once again about his little inventions, and tell him that we found them and that he needs to let us help, or something, because he needs to not hamper our attempts in order to help his people, because that's not helping at all. I mean, I can understand if he wanted to passively sit there and be like, I don't want to help, everything went wrong and I'm really sorry and sad. That's fine. But when you're actively in the way and then you're saying, well, you're not going to be able to fix it because it's terrible, that's just not right. You can't do that. You can't. Even if you do have a really sexy voice, you can't do that. Okay, let's head back inside past the dead guards. And we will go back to the pyramid and talk to our dear friend and be like, hey, buddy, we found that thing you didn't want us to find, and we need your help in making it work again, because we know that you're going to be super stoked about that, right? Open sesame. Alright, and we should have a couple of life crystals left over. That's why we grabbed a bunch of them, of course. Come back to life.
Speak.
Okay, so if we do this right, I believe we want... Okay, so we have alien device and island. We'll go with the island.
The island we found, where was it hidden?
It left this reality, but only a little way. It can come back, because it never fully left.
The island moves in and out of our reality?
It loses substance with every passage. We thought we could take our world with us into space-time 6. It could not be done.
Now, what would be the point? I mean, if you want to leave this world for another world, why would you take your world with you? That's like living in a trailer. I mean, I can understand if you want different scenery, but your house is still the same, right?
When something leaves our reality, where does it go?
To a place where time is infinite in all directions. But because it does not move along a single line, it can never be predicted or controlled. Those who go there from here cannot change anything. They are nothing but observers. Forever.
Aw, sad day. And back to Emo. Alien device.
The machine in your laboratory, what does it do?
Where the lights all shine, it opens the eye.
Not cryptic at all.
The eye. Does that mean the crystal at the meeting place of the light bridges? The machine generated this eye.
The eye sees into all space and time. And where the eye sees, the mind can fly.
I love flying. Tell me how.
Was this eye the doorway into the place where your people went?
A door that can be crossed only one way.
You don't know that. If someone has a strong enough tie to reality...
You think you are stronger than all my people? Even they, the strongest race known, could not overcome the temptation before it was too late.
The strongest race known. Sounds like a bit of arrogance in there. How many races did you guys discover before you disappeared off the face of the universe, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought.
If we bring your people back to this world, then they can build a starship to take us home to Earth. It's our only chance. Maybe we'll fail, but you must let us try.
Since you think you are stronger and wiser than my people, I will let you have the fruit of your pride. I will tell you how to find the piece I hid, if you know how to ask. But it will cost you more than you ever imagined.
I'm assuming we just say pretty please with a cherry on top?
Please, don't play any more games with us. Where is the missing piece?
You cannot understand what will begin if you activate the eye. You cannot bear to pay what it will cost you.
Oh, I don't know. What's the worst thing you guys can take? Life? Insanity? Because, you know, we lost a little bit of those earlier, and we seem to be doing okay.
Yes, you've warned us. Now where is the piece?
Go to the map with this message, and see what it shows you.
There it is.
I have said enough.
Okay, so he's done. So we're going to be done talking to him now. Thank you very much for your help, finally.
Thank you for helping us.
Help yourselves by giving up. Never look into the impossible eye. You don't have the strength to return from that place.
So says you. Bahaha. Alright, so now we got the final rod that we need, the actual rod that we need. I always forget that we need that extra rod. That's where I always get confused. That's why I was saying that it can go faster, it can go slow. I always forget to come talk to this guy to get the rod from him because he's got it stuck in his pocket. What I don't understand is they knew. Well, I guess if they knew that he didn't want it shown, they did their best to lead people to him and to all the parts and pieces, and maybe since he knew that they would do that, he hid that piece. He did say he hid the piece, so he hid the piece and then kept the engraving. So it was sort of like a back and forth. They wanted to be saved, but he was so... I don't know if it's egotistical or emo, but he was so out of it that he's just like, nope, not going to help anybody, or unless they figure everything else out first, and then that's it. So it's really interesting in that regard, because it's sort of like he wants his people to be saved, but he's so arrogant that he doesn't believe that anyone in the universe can save his people because they couldn't save themselves. So he just holds back all the time instead of saying, well, maybe you could help us out, and here's the thing. But then again, you wouldn't really want to hand something that important out willy-nilly and be all like, hey, here, take this thing, and oh, look, you failed and took the rod with you. Well, crud. Alright, so back to the map spire. Now this one should be easy enough because we have just the one rod, which is this one. Yes, the light. This is actually a pretty one. It's like a silvery blue. So we have red, blue. So block, triangle, octagon, and block. I just call those blocks. So we want a red block, right? That's what we're going for. Red block. Okay, and then we want a blue. I believe it's a blue triangle. And it was blue something, right? Take a look again. Blue triangle, red, okay, red octagon, and then blue block. Cool. Well, that's great, because now we have to go all the way back around, so we want red octagon, there we go, and blue block. We have to go back all the way around for the blue, but that's okay. That's okay. Once we get all the way around, we will have access to our spot. And there it is.
So that's where the part is.
Assuming he gave us the right code.
Well, you have to assume that even though he wouldn't help you, he wouldn't mislead you. You have to assume that much at least, because by that time in the conversation, you're like, for the love of all things holy, please let us help you. And finally he's like, fine, here, take this thing. And he wouldn't have like a fake rod and a real rod. I mean, he's stuck basically dead in a pyramid, so he'd have to have planned way ahead before he did anything else. Now, of course, we remember where that spot is because I accidentally threw low in that direction. So we have to cross the nest where the evil bug creature once lived. Urgh. Oh yeah, and there's a bug creature back there, as you can see.
This place is as creepy as the forest behind my house when I was a kid.
Yeah, except the bugs here are a little bit bigger, Boston. Alright, so we have to deal... We don't have to deal with the bug, but it is kind of reminding you that there are still bugs in this nest. It is a nest, it's not a one bug nest. And then we have the beach over here. So yeah, that's most likely what the bug creature was guarding. Whether or not it had wandered out and just basically grabbed Maggie because it was hungry is... I'm not really sure if that was a thing, or maybe it was trying to protect the library. It's hard to say. But it looks like the nest was specifically...
Maggie, come on across.
Was specifically created for this, and I'm not sure why Boston was saying that. I mean, she always follows the eye part. Now, it's really interesting that the map shows you this whole room, but you know exactly where to click. Look at that, one eye part.
I wish I knew what's going to happen when I get this piece back in place.
Well, if we listen to the boss man, bad things. Bad things, indeed. So, not sure why Boston called out to Maggie like that. Maybe he was just trying to help. Maybe they were trying to make the scene a little more... What's the word I'm looking for? Historic? Important? I'm not sure. Give it more gravitas, I suppose. But honestly, you're just walking from room to room. It's not like you have to wait. You gonna say some more there, Lo? Nope. Just on the way in, I guess. Interesting. So we're gonna head back. Back the way we came. And again, I could double-click everywhere and just skip ahead, but I kind of like the idea of walking from place to place. Gives the game a little bit more body, you know, not to pad it out or anything. There's more than enough content, but it feels more realistic when you walk from place to place. When you double-click, you know, you come into a room and you double-click and you go bam, and you're gone. You don't get to see any of the animations, you don't get to see the backgrounds, you don't get to see all the cool stuff, and you don't get to watch Maggie walk very slowly, about 10 feet behind Lo the entire time. Okay, so we have to go back to the other spire, but luckily for us, we do not have to go all complex like. We can just meander across the bridge, which is great. No more trams, yay! Again, I do love how he's like, well, we wouldn't have built the trams if we knew the light bridges could be walked across, and it's like, well then, you know, what happens if the light bridges, you know, break down or get shut off or something? What? Then you swim to all the different spires? Is that what you guys... Have you seen the things that grow in your oceans, okay? I had to blow one up with a booby-trapped turtle. They are huge. No, we're not doing that thing. Boats, man. Boats. Tons of boats. Need more boats. Yay, all the way down to the bottom low. And you know, you can take your time, that's cool too. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Yay! So we have our life crystals, we have our machine part. We are ready to rock and roll. Uh-oh.
Where have you been?
Where have we been?
I need your crystals. All of them. Right now!
Come on, Brink. How many crystals can one man use?
Not for me, you fools. I need them for my machine. For science. Research. Give them to me!
Machine? What are you talking about?
I'm through talking! I'm not going to let anybody stand between me and the greatest scientific achievement in history!
Could have left those two in there, boss, and maybe you wouldn't have noticed.
I only have these few crystals left, Brink, but I'll be glad to share some of them if you want.
All of them! You didn't share anything, Lo. I took them! And it's a good thing you didn't fight me. I would have killed you to get these.
You would have tried.
You two will be nothing but a footnote in the annals of my achievements.
He didn't damage the machine part, did he?
Nope, but unfortunately, without those crystals, we got nothing. Even with the machine part, we need the crystals to make the machine run. So Brink, of course, making our life worse. You know, you bring somebody back from hell, I guess they give you more of it. But guess what? We're gonna have to wait. Yes, we are, because it has been time. So before we go forth unto the night and acquire more crystals from the Brinkosaur and find out exactly what happens at the end of this wonderful, wonderful game, we're gonna go ahead and pause here. So for now, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me, 4KB Short, on this Let's Play of The Dig. And I will see you guys next video.